Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones would be my absolute favorite role-playing game of all time if it were complete. The story gets cut off, well, who knows how much more content they wanted to do. It either got cut off in the first half, or maybe even just the first third. We'll never know. But if the game were complete, if it were another 20 hours or so, hands down it'd be my absolute favorite role-playing game of all time. Combat is very good. The game looks amazing. The art style is nice. The soundtrack is great. I've got absolutely no complaints about the game. I mean, the skill system is interesting. It's just a great game. Most quests have multiple solutions. The only problem I have with it is that it's too easy. But again, this is because, presumably anyway, because the game is incomplete. I mean, we can assume full well that, the later sections of the game would have been far more difficult. Obviously, we were intended to go to Miskatonic University. That never happens in the game. I mean, even the ending tells you that, the trials you will face in Miskatonic University are far beyond anything you've gone through so far. So, yeah, I mean, we could have gotten a full game that's far more difficult, far more interesting to play, but what we've got is like a half-finished or maybe even just 1/3 finished game that is great, but it's incomplete, so it really takes away from the experience quite a bit. You can complete Stygian Reign of the Old Ones in like 6 or 7 hours if you know what to do. I think my first playthrough was like 12 hours or something like that. Yeah, my first playthrough, which was completely blind, that was about 15 hours. So, yeah, the game is just ridiculously short. Some of the combat encounters are sort of difficult, but for the most part, the vast majority of the combat encounters are a joke, and you can complete the vast majority of quests on a single playthrough, because, well, there are so many solutions to quests that basically every skill is usable to complete a quest in some way. So, yeah, it would have been nice if, certain quests had only one solution or 2 solutions. That way it would have some replayability. I mean, it is nice when a role-playing game has multiple quest solutions, but when your game is this short, you've got to do something to create replayability. And they failed to do that. It would have been nice if the game were simply longer, but that was out of the cards, apparently. Yeah, if you like turn-based combat games, you'll probably like this, especially if you want one that's easy. If you're looking for a very short role-playing game, this game is great for that. Other than that, yeah, I can't really recommend it. I mean, if you want to spend 20 or 30 hours in a role-playing game, this is not it. If you want a challenging combat game, this is not it. If you want a game that's replayable, this really isn't it. Other than to see the various companion endings. I won't spoil it, but I'll say that there are different endings for each companion. It's just a shame that it's incomplete. I mean, the quality of this game is amazing, and we don't get many, well, in fact, this is the only one that I'm even aware of. The only open world, sort of open world anyway, Cthulhu Mythos role-playing game. And like I said, it's just really well designed in every respect. I've got no complaints about it, not from a design perspective or really even from a combat perspective. Like I said, I guarantee you if the game were longer, the combat would have become far more challenging, so I can't blame them for making the first half or the first third of the game somewhat easy. Make it approachable for new players, it's understandable. Yeah, it's just a shame. The lost potential. Can only imagine what this game could have become, but it is what it is. It'll never get finished, and we're left with what is ultimately a mediocre product. As I said, it could have been one of the greatest role-playing games of all time, but it's incomplete. So, yeah, just a damn shame.